Hi everyone, my name's Anthony Cummins and I'm the author, the co-author of a book called Book of the Ninja. This is a translation of the Bansen Shukai, which was written in 1676. But I've already done videos on that book and I've already, published it. So I want to talk to you today about something connected. Now, many times people think they should just read a ninja manual and then it's done. That's not how it works. You should study a ninja manual. So when I've gone across to different dojos, or I've met friends in the martial arts, or I've met friends in the ninja community, I've always come across one major problem. People have always done very much a very similar thing. They've bought notebooks to write down their notes in, and then they've bought a really expensive leather-bound book to write up in. But what I find is that nobody ever writes up in their leather book because they're too scared. And what happens is all the notes get put in piles and get lost over the years. So I've decided to bring about a solution for this. This is only for the Bansen Shukai. The Bansen Shukai is over 500 pages long and should be studied well. So what I've done is I've produced this. I've produced the Bansen Shukai blank workbook. Now what this is it's a self-published book, but it's actually a blank journal. So as you can see here, it's got spaces for you to study the Bansen Shukai and write down exactly what your understandings of the teachings. Now the way I've set it up is like this. I've set it up with some white squares on the corner. There is where you write the volume number. You write number 1 in there. So this will be book number 1. Then you fill in the details at the beginning. You see there, so we've got name, volume number, dojo name, your address, things like that. Then there's a short introduction. But what I've done is I've established a table of contents. By that I mean what you write your own table of contents. So after you get past the table of contents, so last page of the table of contents, you then get to the first page of the blank book. And can you see there I've put some page number spaces. What that means is you can write the page number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And as you get to the end, the reason I've done this is because when you get to the next one, volume 2, and you've filled this one up, you put in 2, 2, and then your table of contents continues and you'll start on page 261 or something like that. So that's how you'll use it. What I'm going to do now is show you an example of how you should be writing in it. Right guys, okay, what I've done, as you can see, I've wrote a number 1 on there and a number 1 on there, which means when I put that, when I collect them, it'll be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, etc. And that's, so you've got somewhere to go for, you know exactly which. Here I've put just basically my name, this is number 1. I've just put Natoryu Manchester because at the minute I have no fixed dojo. Of course you put your address in there, and all that. Right, sorry for the shadow. Right, what I've done here is, sorry guys, what I've done here is, can you see? The first one says page 1, the meaning of Bansen Shukai, and the second one, page 2, says the art of using the tied ladder. It's actually the rolled ladder as well, so I just couldn't fit it on there. So what I've done is, what we do then is we get past the table of contents. So here we've got the meaning of Bansen Shukai, Bansen Shukai. Now what this means is it's actually many rivers gathering together into one ocean. So that's what it means. All the shinobi stuff he gathered, he brought together to make a collective ocean of ninjutsu. So that I just left that first page down. I think most people should do that. But let's have a look at this. What I've done is I've picked one part that I wanted to really, do I quite like. So what I've done at the top is I've put it from Innin 2. It's in the section which is 15 points on the art of using tools, and this is talking about the tied ladder and rolled ladder. Now this is actually point 10 out of all of them, so you don't have to go in order. And what happens is the shinobi, imagine this is a castle wall, and the shinobi has got a tied ladder that goes up. Now the tied ladder is quite rigid, but in this case here it won't reach the top of the wall. So the shinobi has to, what he has to do is use 2 rolled ladders. Now here you can see he has a kunai and rolled ladder 1, rolled ladder 2. So this is just rope ladder basically with a it's got a curve at the end, it's not open. So what the shinobi does is the shinobi puts the kunai in and he climbs up there, and the shinobi reaches over and puts the kunai there. He hooks on a second rolled ladder number 2 and he jumps across. The shinobi goes this way. I've done that in red. Now here then he bends down, picks that up and that up, and he goes to the top of the ladder and he reaches up as high as he can and he puts the kunai in the rock, the masonry work, puts number 1 on there. And then again he does it the same, he jumps over, he goes up, he puts it in and he lifts it up. Now of course he's using this kunai, and what I've done is I've just put a little note here saying shinobi moves from ladder to ladder, moving each one up by step. Kunai goes into the cracks, into the stonework and masonry, and then you've got the page number there for the Bansen Shukai, which I'll put in a bit. So as you can see guys, that now is a visual representation of the sentence I put up before, which is absolute. That's one sentence out of thousands of sentences in the Bansen Shukai, and it doesn't take much to make it visual and bring it out. So that's pretty much how you should be using the Bansen Shukai. You should be extracting the information from the Bansen Shukai, bringing it into a visual stage, and then keeping these going. You probably end up with about 10 of those realistically if you did all the Bansen Shukai, and then it's all set there. You can do it, and that means you can pop back and check what you've done and go through and cross off everything from the Bansen Shukai. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. As you can see, you know, it's quite beneficial for you if you're actually trying to study the Bansen Shukai. A lot of people don't study the Bansen Shukai, and many people do, but now I've put us together a place where you can literally write everything down, put it all together and study it in sequence, and you can start with one and get to wherever you get to, and as your training progresses you can track it and you can go back and remember the lessons that you've learned from the Bansen Shukai instead of it being on a scrap of paper somewhere or in a bit of your memory bin somewhere long forgotten. I hope you enjoyed that. The links are below. Just click on the link and it'll take you straight to Amazon where you can get a copy of this, and then you can start recording your Bansen Shukai teachings today. Thank you very much. My name's Anthony Cummins.